he knows the company is going under. And so mom and pop lose all their pensions. At the same time they lose their pensions, Herman Cain votes to give the CEO and management in excess of $30 to $40 million worth of bonuses. That's the Herman Cain that the media I don't know whether they just haven't read the story. It's easy to find. I mean, but he was the guy making all the pivotal decisions.
I mean, there's the other angle there. So they're talking about the Tea Party group as an AstroTurf group. So if Herman Cain is their spokesman, I mean, that fits perfectly, right? So they want more of the same, more trickle down, more redistribution of wealth upward, and they want gangster capitalism. This is really what's called the shock doctrine. They want to destroy this economy.
Well, that's what I just described, really, is gangster capitalism. It's what the Koch brothers. Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is Herman Cain is one of the Tea Party faithfuls, funded by the Koch brothers. These folks are working against their own self-interest. So again, you can put a black or brown face on these really ugly policies that hurt working class, that hurt the middle class, that hurt the poor, but somehow it's okay because Herman Cain is not going to be called on this stuff. As you said, there's another parallel story, again, sort of thinking about black conservatives more generally. As we said before, if you want to understand the most nefarious policies of the new right in this country, look to black conservatives. The corruption with Clarence Thomas.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the story's just...
Another story that's not being covered.
Yeah, well, we know that... look, who have they chosen to be this character that they said, where they can say, my best friend is black? Okay, it's been Michael Steele. It's been Clarence Thomas. It's been Juan Williams. And, I kind of treat Juan Williams a little differently. Juan Williams at least sometimes struggles with the truth. But Clarence Thomas doesn't. I mean, he was completely... He was an entity where the Republicans said, this is our guy, he's my best friend, and he's black. Same way with Michael Steele. But, as this thing goes forward, do you really think it gets any legs beyond just other than just having Cain out there saying the ugly things and saying the ridiculous, crazy things that the teabaggers, they believe every day. They want to say every day, but now they have a black guy saying it. Does it really go beyond that? I mean, is this guy even a serious contender at all?
I don't think he is, but I mean, just, in being the best black friend, one thing inevitably happens to you, as you pointed out with Michael Steele, you're a friend of convenience. So when they're done with you, they're just going to throw you in the garbage pile, and you're going to be a black garbage pail kid. We saw that with Michael Steele. We'll see that with Herman Cain, but I mean, there's another story related to this, where I believe he's the chairman of one of the Republican Party, local Republican Party groups in California, actually wrote an open letter to the newspaper in San Jose, I believe, San Jose Bee, basically resigning publicly. And he said, I'm an African-American Republican. I've been in the party for 20 years. I've helped organize campaigns and membership drives. I believe in what the party should be. After watching all of this nonsense against Barack Obama, from the racist cartoons to the Tea Party bigotry, I can no longer in good conscience be a member of this party.
Doesn't Herman Cain also give these Tea Party bigots, this notion of nostalgia, the good old days? Well, you understand, you and I have talked about this before. The conservative hates change. They're terrified to change. And we've talked about the studies that came out that showed, when Jack Block did these studies of conservatives when they were in kindergarten, they were the ones that were afraid of everything. They were the whiners. They hated change. They hated anything to be different. And when Jack Block followed them to the time that they were adults, nothing had changed except they had registered Republican. They are now the new teabaggers. And they thrive on nostalgia. They don't want anything that's different. And I think that's what Herman Cain is delivering too. As you really listen to what he's saying, he's giving them this nostalgia, isn't he?
Absolutely. Going back to being my best black friend, this is really a performance. As I said, months ago, my piece on CPAC, that Herman Cain fulfills the fantasies for white conservatives. So you think about his life story, and he's got the routine down. I mean, this guy should go on the circuit as a motivational speaker or a pitchman on late-night TV. His father was a janitor, a shoe shineman, I believe, and a chauffeur. Mm-hmm. And he worked hard. He didn't rock the boat. Mm-hmm. Herman Cain doesn't go and complain about Jim Crow or go march with the Little Rock Nine and integrate schools. He doesn't join the freedom rides with white and black folk who went to the South who fought for justice. Nope, he goes and he makes money. He doesn't rock the boat, and he doesn't complain. And as you said, in a time of American change, when our society is becoming more diverse racially, when American empire is in crisis, when we're struggling about our position in the world, which is where all that American exceptionalism stuff comes up. I mean, that's a whole separate conversation. Herman Cain, as you said, allows them to sort of channel that Leave It to Beaver nostalgia, but with a black face.
Yeah, where a black man was a black man and he knew his place, and
right.
you know, we'd talk to him, we'd occasionally, you know, have dinner with him, but he was still the black man, and you know, he was still answerable to us. That's that nostalgia, good old days, that still lives in the minds in the South and probably the rest of the country, but I see it day to day in the South. You know,